So excited about the Nutsac Commander now coming in this leather. Made in America, fantastic pouch, fantastic value. Bottom line up front, would I spend my own money on a Nutsac Commander leather? Yeah, absolutely, I would. I've bought Nutsac products on my own before. Ever since the very first couple of products I bought on my own, they saw a couple of my videos, and they've sent me stuff ever since. This video is not sponsored. I just really like their products. I love the fact that they're made in America. They source most of their wax canvas products from the northeastern part of the United States. They source a lot of their leather products from the southern part of the United States. They're building all the crap in the United States. I think the only thing that might not be in America is the zippers, but I don't really know where YKK zippers come from. But I mean, this is a very well made pouch. Of course, they've always made it in the wax canvas, and they first came out the wax canvas in the brown, the more traditional brown color. Then they came out with different colors, and I really like the green wax canvas. I didn't think it can get any better than this. And then they debuted this on their website, and I said, knock, 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 can y'all please hook your boy up? I'm going to show you what one of these would look like in a premium loadout. If this is something that you might want to pick up. You have a big slip pocket in the front. I'm going to tell you, I've had 3 of these before. I've since given one away to a buddy. I have never kept anything in the front up here other than a notebook or something like that. Mainly because I don't want my nails or anyone else's nails to scratch this leather. It's going to patina. It's going to be beautiful. You're going to like it a lot. But I just don't want to overly do that. Same thing with wax canvas. Wax canvas can get, the abrasions in it and stuff like that. And so this is what a patina looks like on a Nutsac product. So you can just see brand new compared to a 3-year patina. And I love the character once you start to carry these things for a while. Like I use my Nutsac products a lot. That's a Nutsac double admin pouch. The Commander, it's fantastic. It opens up like a book. So if this is something that's going to be better for you and your equipment, whether it's your daddy crap, your baby crap, your toiletry stuff, maybe you want to suit this stuff out to have some toiletry stuff with you at the gym. Maybe you want to just have some extra equipment to take you to work. Maybe you want it to be your tech pouch, whatever. All sorts of things you can do with this. This is going to be full of EDC gear that just wouldn't fit in my pockets. Plus, this is going to be something I will stick under my armpit and taken to a cigar lounge. So this is how I have this outfitted out, just to kind of show you 2 larger, like double, of the elastic bands over here, bigger than Molly size or POW size. This is the SK05 Pro Mark II, fantastic flashlight, especially for like rucking purposes and just being able to have good reliability, great flashlight. You can see that comfortably fits over here. So you're going to be able to put certain tools over here like an adjustable pliers, maybe a small socket and ratchet set right next to one another, like maybe a 1/4-inch set. You might be able to do that over here pretty easily. Then right next to it, I do have a Leatherman Wave Alpha, which is a lanyard that I've added onto that. And then next to that is this is a bit bar, but this is an MKC, Montana Knife Company collaboration with Big Idea Design for their bit bar. Just going to have this just for additional. I know there are bits that come with the Leatherman, but it's a lot easier sometimes to use a bit bar or something that simulates the torquing action of a screwdriver than a Leatherman multi-tool. It's just, at the end of the day, it is like that sometimes. For an extension purposes, I do like the Leatherman ratchet. You can actually use this in the bit drop bar if you want this, but I like it because you can use this for ratcheting, just to be able to tighten or remove screws or bits or whatever the case may be. I like it that it kind of fits right here in these little seemingly like pencil holders, whatever you want to put in here. If you stretch these out, they don't go back. Okay, so I have, from experience purposes, I stretched, I think, this one out with a Tide pin, right? And now this one doesn't really hold regular pins anymore. Okay, so be cautious if you decide to stretch them out. You see how mine still looks good after a year of use, right? I have one that's older that I gave away. That one looked great before I gave it away. So if you're going to be putting pins and stuff inside of yours, you might want to just maybe not stretch it out. I had a dry ski cloth. These were on Amazon Prime just the other day on the Prime Day sale. So this is kind of what it looks like when it's all decked out. Very easy to navigate, easy to kind of decide what you may or may not want to use inside of this bad boy. Good old Nutsac. So what I like about it, it is very relatively easy to just kind of hold, take with you, use as you see fit. There's nothing on the back of this one, whereas it's wax canvas brother, and you can buy some moly straps and attach this to something else. You can't really do that with this, but that's not really what the purpose of this one would be. So behind this is a slip pocket. If you want to put some stuff back here, you can. What comes with it though is an actual sticker of for Nutsac. That's what's included back there. But also back here, I do keep some dude wipes because, like I say, going in, smoking some sticks, be able to wipe your hands, wipe your face, or wipe your, tuchus, just in case it came down to it. Over here, a completely different type of layout. I like that. This is a cigar divot tool, so I can use this to hold my sticks as they get really close, so I can continue to smoke them as they get really close to the end of the smoke. I can also use this to dig out some tobacco if it's not blooming right, if it's not producing enough smoke for me. So a great cigar tool. Then over here, this is a cigar cutter by Benchmade, which kind of fits right here. Let me show you what the layout looks like empty. So this is how that layout looked before I loaded mine down. So kind of two slip pockets here. This is a little bit bigger than Molly size. This one's a little bit smaller than Molly size. And then this one is Molly size. So three different size kind of like straps. A slip pocket back here, which actually bottoms out right above the slip pockets. Okay, so you're not going to be putting anything in too deep in there because you can technically put something down there, but you're working against this stitch right here. Then you have two more slip pockets which go all the way down, and then you have a large slip pocket behind it. Okay, so the way I have mine decked out is in the front. This front slip pocket is the cigar cutter by Benchmade. Nothing else down here. Underneath this is normally where I keep my air tags. So I would keep an air tag right here to just quickly locate it or whatever. So above that, on that Molly, that's not really a traditional Molly size, I decided to put just a Zippo holder by Zippo. They make these Molly Zippo holders in their factories as well. So I took one of those, attached it to the middle one. And then next to that, I put a Arcfeld, just a regular Arcfeld Pro instead of the Arcfeld Ultra, just in case I go in there. Normally when I go into like cigar lounge, I'm normally jumping off my bike, and I have a flashlight in my pocket. I like it because it's kind of moody in there, and if I drop some shit on the floor or whatever, I want to be able to light it up and find it. It kind of neatly slips down into that slip pocket and works. Behind it, remember I showed you that bottomless slip pocket? That's where I keep some nail clippers. It also has a little knife in here. I've never really used the knife or any of the other tools. It's a like 8-in-1 tool, but the main thing that I use in here is the nail clippers. They're pretty good. I have strong nails, so it struggles on really hard nails. You have to cut that nail a few times just to get it cut. It has a file in here and a knife and some other stuff I never use. Then it has a bunch of bits that go along with the bit bar. These is just a little bit more variety than what comes in that bit bar set from MKC, because that one only has about 4 bits in it. I think this one's going to have an entire bit set, so an additional, I think, 19 bits altogether. That all kind of fits back here in this slip pocket back here. And then you have a large field book back here if I'm taking notes or whatever when I'm sitting there chilling. I tend to do a lot of just ideas for YouTube videos when I smoke cigars at a smart cigar lounge, and that's where I would take a lot of those notes just in case I need them. And then the actual case for my cigar cutter is right here, right in the very back as well. Very just a premium case. You're looking for something just a little bit different when it comes to like the premium feel. You can get something from like a Maxpedition, whether it's a beefy or a fatty. They're similar, right? As in the functionality for them, but the premium feel, there are not too many companies that are giving you big old leather pouches like this at this price point. If you get a Maxpedition, you tend to want to put like survival gear, EDC gear in a different type of way, because it's not really giving the aesthetic part that I like. I mean, yeah, I got my kit in here just in case some stuff will go down, but I really would never put this survival type of stuff in my Leatherman leather nutsack. That's just not really how I see fit using it. I see it as like a premium addition to my EDC. You know what I'm saying? If I can get somebody like a Data Crew, I could see them coming out with something big like this in a Data Crew form factor. They would be able to find that middle ground where you got the folks who are kind of like the retro, or they want a premium look and feel, but they want it in leather. you know, I think that I could see Data Crew being able to come after them for something like this. And this is a little bit more urban. I would say like this Van Quest, this one particularly, this ED Slim 2.0. This one is a little bit more like not as survival-y looking as that Maxpedition that we saw earlier. You're gonna get a slip pocket up here, some loop panel. You get the molly on the back, just like the other ones. A great grab handle, a lot of different ways to attach this, and then the inside of this is just gonna give you tons and tons of ways to customize and to deck this thing out. But once again, just like before, it's not really, you know, doesn't give me that, it just doesn't really give me the aesthetic thing that I like when it comes to my nutsack. All right. So I've had a lot of different brands, a lot of different ways to kind of skin this cat. But I just tell you, the Commander is one of those ones when I go to a spot and I'm just like, you know, I might be dressed up. This is like my most versatile pouch. I can take this into an office environment where ladies are wearing kitten heels or stilettos. I can take this to a date night with Mrs. X, or I could take this to the range and plop it open on a range if I needed to. Like it just kind of does everything that I want it to do. But what do you think? Do you like the Nutsac Commander in the leather? Put an S for smash, a P for pass. Hey, I got a discount code for you. If you made it this far in the video, use code MarineX when you check out. I can save you at least 10%. Those are for the real ones that made it to the end of the video. If you didn't make it to the end of the video, I didn't put that code down below. So you didn't know that you can get a discount. That's why you got to watch to the end. First time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If it's not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.